says, Revelation chapter 18, verse 3. For all nations have drunk.
You got something real quick?
No, just real quick. I want to make a correction for that scripture in Ezra. It says the sons of Joshua. Pardon me. I said Joshua.
That's why I wanted you to get the scripture on.
Khan, pardon me. So it's the sons of Joshua, the high priest.
It was the sons of Joshua. Go ahead.
Khan.
That's why I went back to Ezra when you mentioned that. Go ahead. But it slipped my mind.
For the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication
so you gotta,
with her.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta look deep into it before you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, read again.
Absolutely.
It says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
So all the merchants of the earth have waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. So the abundance of all of the resources, of all the things that they got from America, the nations are waxed rich. Because you got America, remember America only has a consumption-based economy. America is based upon consumption. I'll give you an example. You know why women get all that money and alimony and child support? Because statistically speaking, men save more, women spend more. So take the money from the source that saves more money and invests more, and give it to the party that spends more to boost the economy up, to make the rich richer. America doesn't import anything. America doesn't really export anything. America imports things. America makes the other nations rich. Go ahead.
Verse 4. And I heard.
And that's why when you read down in this chapter, it speaks about different types of wines. It speaks about chariots. Chariots are what? Modern day cars. Chariots are modern day cars. Right? So what are the cars most people in America drive around with? Foreign cars. But if we get to that, we're gonna bring that up. Go ahead.
It says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
Come out of my people. Why? Because Israel's going to be delivered in her chariots. But also, Israel's going to be delivered in her chariots. But before Israel delivered in her chariots, the leg got to come out of the ways of the society. That's going to Israel being delivered in her chariots. Go ahead.
It says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquity. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works.
So America is going to be rewarded. The same way America has rewarded us. So the same. So when you go to the book of Psalms, the 137th chapter, the scripture says what? The scripture says reward her. You go happy shall they. In fact, get that real quick.
Happy shall they be.
Get that real quick.
Yeah.
Happy shall they be. I don't want to quote it wrong.
Take it
Go
out.
ahead,
Dash
take
thy little ones against the stone.
Yeah, I say something too now. The thing was, what has the whore? What has she done to us? Violence.
Right.
Violence, force, beheading, decapitation, horses ripping our limbs off, our women having their damn uterus and their damn babies ripped out of their stomach while they're alive. Using our women, right here, was it Central Park? You got a doctor, Dr. Sims, which they call the father of gynecology. He was known for taking a nigger woman and operating on her while she was still alive with anesthesia.
That's right.
That's why they tell you in Joel 3:19 that the Lord said, Edom shall be a desolation and Egypt shall be a desolation, which is all America, for all the violence that they said they did to the children of Judah and Israel.
That's right. That's right. They call that guy the father of modern gynecology. That's wicked. He got a statue of him somewhere too.
In Central Park.
Oh, Central Park, yeah. See that?
Dr. Sims.
This is Isaiah 47:6. I was wroth with my people and have polluted my inheritance and given them into thy hand.
Yeah, how was the Lord wroth? Slavery. It's bittersweet. It's bitter that we sinned against the Most High and we had to go through slavery. Not just America, but throughout the four corners of the earth. America is the main part where they made the most money and they really got loose on us. But it's in Australia, Japan, Okinawa, any other place we might not be able to pronounce or know. Wherever Israel is, there's a heathen there oppressing them. And the Lord was wroth with his inheritance. You know?
Thou didst show them no mercy.
Look, they didn't even let us, it's the only captivity, and we still didn't know who we are as a nationality. Right. Even the other heathen, they would say, look, y'all, they would make mockery. Like the word Jew itself, they said, they said, we ain't calling you Judah, Benjamin, Ephraim, Simeon. We just gonna call y'all Jews. Y'all all niggers. You know what they call You know, they said, what's the difference between a Spanish nigga and a dark-skinned nigga? Said one got better hair than the other. They always were in that same mindset. But this place, they showed us no mercy, you know?
Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke.
Yeah, even think about it. You look at these crackers or these so-called Jews, they're sitting in mansions. They got all the medical equipment in their house. And they got, guess what? They got our old-ass grandmothers or aunties or grandfathers in there working. They show them no rest to the ancient. And they try to get Social Security, they keep on moving the age limit up and up. That's why the scripture saying, Isaiah 10:1, woe unto them who decree unrighteous decrees. You got more on that?
Yeah, it says in verse 7, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever.
And guess what? Since we're talking about the main Babylon the Great, the whole world's Babylon, but this is the Great. Everywhere it took on the customs.
That's right.
Everywhere it took off. This is the New World Order. What's the New World? It's talking about America. The lady said, I shall be a lady forever. When you come into Ellis Island, what you see, the Statue of Liberty, or Lady Libertas, which is the lady of freedom of promiscuous sexuality, to do what thou wilt, all witchcraft. Because they said the Lord, they said our power of the Bible is he's too strict. That's why I tell you in Psalms, we'll have the wicked do to declare my ways.
Yep.
You know?
So that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart.
Yeah, what did you lay to heart? Job 20:4. You know, your brothers got any precepts, bring them out.
I got
You
some.
know, I'm riding off of y'all.
I got some.
Wave it, y'all spark me up.
Oh, you
Needed to remember the latter end of it.
What's the latter end? Who got Job 20:4?
This is Job 20, verse 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth?
Yeah, what you know from man placed on earth? From Nimrod, which they called the father of masonry, or Tubal-Cain, one of his predecessors, but they called Nimrod a great mason, which was the original first Babylon. The Lord brought them down. Then you had what? Egypt. You had Sodom and Gomorrah before Egypt. Then you had Egypt. Then you had all the other kingdoms. We went under every last heathen, and the Lord brought them all down. He gave them their time to reign, and then he brought them down. According to Psalm 75:8, the Lord said he bring one up and put one down. You know?
Verse 5. That the triumphing of the wicked is short.
Yeah, who's the wicked? Esau is the epitome of wickedness, but all the heathen are wicked. The only one that was made righteous was the children of Israel, which in the ancient world was known as the Adamites. The Lord said he had made man upright, but he had sought out many inventions. What are the inventions that man sought out? Different philosophies. Like y'all brothers were going through earlier about how they drunk of the wine of the philosophy of the whore. Lady Libertas, where you got every demon, every philosophy is right here in this cesspool. It's do what thou wilt. You want to marry a dog? You marry a dog. You want to marry a cat? You can marry a cat. You know.
And the joy of the hypocrite, but for a moment.
But the joy for a hypocrite, but for a moment. You know, who's the hypocrite? The actor. It says, in God we trust, but we know that Esau doesn't believe in the true living power of the Bible. The God that he loves is what? Satan. Satan, which is known as many names. That's why you got all the different philosophies. When you look up the root or what? The queen of heaven, or you look up Satan, his title is the God or goddess of many names. That's all here in America.
Verse 6. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens.
Yeah, we know what's that. What's his excellency?
Satellites.
His technology. Satellites. Look, and the Lord took his prosperity and used it for his purpose. You know, his technology he put out there to spy, to have total control on everything. He put that everywhere so he could be the God of the earth, but the Lord took that and turned it so this word been pushed out to the four corners of the earth. Ain't that something?
And his head reached onto the clouds.
Yeah, think about it. When you go through the history, we like reading, as you call it, circular history or secular history.